Good evening, people. Welcome to Reaching Out with Eddie. I been out campaigning, been out talking, as some of you know or may not know. I was on 1010, that's WMOX, and so you can go to their Facebook page, you can go to my Facebook page, and you'll see it. One of the things that I'm going to do is Thursday, I'm going to play that, and also we had a really, really good time this weekend playing music. Tubet was there singing, my sister Joanne, my niece Erica sung, and then Lorraine came and her daughter, and their guitar player. I mean, we had a wonderful time. I just want to thank everybody that participated. Marie was there, and I tell you, Al Willis came. How you doing, Marie?
I'm doing great.
Hey, y'all see Marie? She's coordinating. Look at, I mean, her hair, her skin color, her dress, all the same color. You know, the sun hadn't been hitting on the neck, so I couldn't tell where the dress stopped. And Randall Jen is here. How you doing, Randall?
Hey, I'm good, big brother.
Randall, you had a debate today, didn't you?
I did, man, and it was. I can't wait till the people see it, cause they'll see exactly.
You know, you look presidential.
Look, I just know that God has been working.
I was just about to say,
He's
God
been
is
working.
good, ain't
Yeah,
he?
He's been working, and I'm telling you, He worked it out to where there was a conversation piece that we really had today.
You care to talk about it? Because the things we did this weekend, we can talk about that anytime. Let's talk about y'all debate today, the candidates and some of the questions they asked, and how did you respond, and how did the other candidates respond?
I think the biggest thing that was being driven about was the fact that the entrepreneurship has some concerns about staying open because of the high crime level, and they're saying, what can we do as a city to secure the criminal activities? And guys, you know, I'll be the first to tell you. You hear this mundane speech from the mayor. You hear the mundane speech from Kim, and of course, Mr. Smith was an ex-police officer. So they're all talking about the technology in the cars and all this kind of stuff. But I'm saying, when are you gonna get the people involved?
Yeah.
When are you gonna wake up the people to realize that we're not afraid of dying? We're just afraid of sitting on the sidelines and do nothing.
Right.
And so that's what the whole thing was about. Biggest thing was they wanted our platform as to what we stand for. And I told them, I got 7 causes that y'all know I like to stand on.
Right.
You knock the first one over, which is in the domino effect. You knock the top domino over, all the rest of them fall over.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to get them to understand.
What is the top domino?
Education is a top domino.
And
Of
I
course.
agree with that.
I
Of
do
course,
too.
you don't fix education, you ain't doing nothing but blowing in the wind.
Yeah, you can't. You
or
can't.
pissing in the wind.
And,
Yeah, you
and that's
can't-
what Jimmy Smith was doing pretty much today, talking about electrical engineering, electrical versus industrial economics that you want into this community. And I'm saying, you can get all the high profile names you want to of that. But
Yeah.
if you don't fix the school system to let them know that they're going to have a workforce,
That's right.
a
qualified workforce.
a qualified workforce,
That's
you're
right.
wasting your time.
Wasting your time.
So I just wanted the people to know that today that you had a chance to hear some truth about what's going to be done. Mayor Bland, all he could talk about is 22nd Avenue, guys.
What did he say about 22nd Avenue?
He giving praises for the Max, for the museum, for the brewery, for the 3 foot.
Buildings. But that's not quality of life, folks.
Man, all he been bragging about was the quality of life on 22nd Avenue. And I told him, you go 1 block to the right, 1 block to the left, you in wards 2, 3, and 4, and you see exactly what has happened.
Right.
And so-
But those are buildings, and those are, for us, the IMAX, it's like losing money every month. They don't
He
make
doesn't
any
care.
money.
He wants to
The
he wants to
Children's
take the
Museum
credit
is
for
not
that.
making any money.
Well, the thing, have you guys seen how big the Children's Museum is going to be?
I'm not square
All the
footage
things
wise.
when you're talking about the Max, when you're talking about the Children's Museum,
Right.
when you're talking about all the things, he cannot take credit for those things because those things was in the works before him, especially the museum, because the ladies that started the museum, remember, they had to raise so much of their own money.
in order to be
The
able to make it
city
happen.
only pledged, what was it, $1 million,
Yeah.
but they were going to give them $200,000 a year
Yeah.
or something like that. But even so, watch and see how many of our children, irregardless of what race they are, because you and I both know the truth is just the truth. Our children, that's not really in our heritage. A museum is not really in our heritage.
Right.
It's okay for some of them to go, but once you go
Right.
and you take that trip through that museum, that's it. Why would you
Yeah.
want to go back?
And that's what I'm banking on. My reliable source shared with me today, shared with me this past week. everything on 22nd Avenue from Sheila Ward Parkway up to Anderson Hospital was already in the works through John Roberts.
That's right. That's right.
Not Cherry.
That's right.
Yeah.
John Roberts.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so
So
that
this
was,
brother's taking credit for nothing he didn't.
so actually he hadn't done anything.
didn't get anything
hadn't done
done.
anything.
No,
So he
no.
out to try to fool and bamboozle
Right.
people, make them
Right.
think he has done
Right.
something, hadn't
Right.
done anything.
Exactly.
I want to say this is that people, you know, I talked about Jimmy Smith, and Jimmy Smith was really upset when at the meet and greet. And
Oh,
what
wow.
upset him
Wow.
is when Ted Reynolds, the chairman of the Democratic Party, asked him would he willing to pledge
One
support.
question.
One question. And his response was, and I quote, "I dare you ask me that question."
dare
Oh, did he
you.
say that?
He did.
Yes!
He did. He did not even answer that question. That whole
I
And
know.
he didn't answer. He said
Somebody
that,
told
how
me he
dare
didn't answer,
you?
but I didn't know
He said, how
said-
dare you ask
He
me
did.
that kind
He
of
did.
question?
He did.
Did he?
Yes.
He told the Democratic chairman you had no right.
That's right.
And virtually, I'm not going to speak for him, but he said he was all but saying you didn't have no rights to ask him that. And this man asked him, will you support, if you lose, will you support the next Democratic candidate to continue to run for mayor? He about freaked out. And I ain't never seen first of all, I never seen this, guys. This bothered me. And I'm saying, how can you say you're a Democrat when somebody asks you to be loyal to the Democrats, and then you got a problem with being loyal to it because you think it's a trick question?
Well, no. Now, Jimmy is not an uneducated person.
I ain't
So
talking, I'm talking loyalty.
Okay, but listen, when you say you think it's a trick question, no, he know it wasn't a trick question. He just know that he didn't want to answer it because he was not going to allow Ted and anyone there to make him out to be a liar. Because if he do lose, and
And he's going to lose now.
okay, when he lose,
Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna
Yeah, he
lose.
gonna
okay,
He gonna
Yeah.
lose.
when he lose, then he don't want to be held to what he said there.
Right.
So it wasn't that he thought it was a trick question. He
Right,
just probably did not like the question. I don't want to be put on the spot, and that's what Ted did.
Well-
now it was fair for him to ask.
It was very
Not
fair.
only was it fair, it's in the bylaws of the Democratic
That's right.
Constitution.
And he
so
had
it was
everybody
a
in that room.
constitutional question.
That's right.
It was something that Jimmy Smith, when he signed that paper, he pledged to do that.
Well, let me say this, guys, and I'm gonna ask both of you. I'm gonna sit over here. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
If Jimmy should ask that question, right?
Mm-hmm.
We both know that Percy Bland has done nothing for the Democrats since he got in office.
That's true.
But the Democratic Party still support him as they put him on the ticket as a Democrat. They should not have done that. So if Jimmy, we already see. Now Jimmy wouldn't say with his mouth whether or not he would support the Democratic Party. Bland has shown with his actions for 8 years that he's not supporting the Democratic Party.
He has most
The
certainly done
allegiance,
that.
the allegiance to where we stand as a
But
Democrat.
he still pledged
not
to
that.
do so. But the Democratic Party itself does not have the teeth or the manpower. They doesn't enforce the Constitution. They haven't been doing that. And basically what the GOP has been doing is using the Democratic Party to put their puppet leader in place. And we got to stop letting everyone, blacks, white, Democrat, Republicans, independent, libertarians, I don't care what they are, we got to stop letting them choose our leaders for us. We got to start doing that with the power of our vote based on their
party.
report card.
Because, the thing about it is, we are pledging our
Allegiance.
loyalty and allegiance to a party that really is not pledging it back to us. It's not. Now, we know we can't do it with the Republicans. Look at this brother. He's a Democrat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But look at what the Republicans are trying to do to him.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The Democratic Party have to be loyal. When we ran for supervisor a couple of years ago, no one that was running as a Democrat. I'm not down in the Democratic Party, but you have to know what your report card is. You have to know what things you have to fix. There are times we have to do self-reflection. Okay, what do Marie need to calm down. Marie just need to do this over here in order for me to get this done. Okay, the Democratic Party did not give a dime to not one candidate. A dime.
They didn't do that this time either.
And I want to say this, because I don't know why I stick with the Democratic Party. But in you got mad at me because they were saying that I wasn't fighting hard enough. The Democratic Party wrote a letter saying I was accused of something, and they
Right.
put me out the race.
Right.
I was running for mayor then.
I remember.
Sure was.
They accused me
I remember.
They didn't convict me.
I remember.
They put me out. The Democratic Party put me out the race.
That's right.
And you went to court and
I
beat
fought
them.
and beat
Right,
him.
right.
And I was gonna drop everything for. He had, this here is Reverend Randall Jennings, and he let God lead him, and God didn't lead him in that direction, so he didn't.
And I was about to say that because even in our heritage, we had fighters, as in Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, and we had peace holders, as in Martin Luther King, and so it takes us all. It takes us all. Now, please, gentlemen, because we ain't trying to keep Hope here till no 8 o'clock. Cause I don't know about nobody else, but me and Hope been working. Ain't had no supper. Okay.
But we get back to what we talking about, the Democratic Party.
No.
It has no teeth in it.
Right.
Because it let what's the tall lawyer that we had?
Well,
that died. His dad died first.
We don't. Bill McGrath.
No. He always came to the Democratic Party. He always came to the Democratic Party.
He was an attorney?
Yeah, an attorney, right. His
son,
Bill Reeder Sr.
Bill Reeder Sr.
What do you mean his son died? He ain't died.
No,
their dad died.
Oh, yeah,
But
the dad died.
Okay, but right
he's
now
been
we're
a
on
Democrat.
tangent, and we need to talk about
this right here.
Right now.
Now.
So, but before you get started, Maria, I want to say this Saturday, I'm inviting everybody again.
Right.
We're going to be out there again. We already have approval from the city. We had a parade permit. We're going to be there from 12 to 8 p.m. And Thursday, we're going to give you guys a capsule of what you're going to get this weekend. I mean, we're going to have a good time. Maria, y'all going to be there cooking fish and having fish sandwiches and things like that. We got the snowball truck coming. So I want you guys to come out and have a good time. Again, I'm inviting the other candidates. Adrian Davis will be there this time. Also, I know Al Willis came out.
And Randall Jennings be there this time also.
Oh, Randall Jennings said he'll be there this time. So hopefully, we open it up to everybody. But, most people don't come. So I got to say this. How can you call yourself a mayor for the people when somebody like me have an event and you don't come up to it, but you can go to 1010. You can go to all these events. And I'm going to call a few names, Percy Bland, Kim Bernard Houston, Dwayne Davis. You go to all these events, Jimmy Smith, but you can't come to 9th Avenue. Jimmy, you grew up in East End, but you can't come there and talk. You ain't got to like me, Jimmy. I'm inviting you there. It's people there that's going to vote for you. And come out there and you're not showing they're not showing the people any respect, Maria.
And you said that there are people that's going to vote for him. Maybe not. Because what we're trying to do, people, we're trying to pull our community together. We cannot do this.
We need to consolidate.
That's right.
You know what Jimmy Smith told me today? I'm not talking to you today about any of that.
About any of what?
That's what I said. About any of what?
That's what he said to you?
But that was his mindset.
Okay, now.
And see, that's what I don't know. He ain't gonna like Jimmy Smith is just not mayoral material.
Okay, now. But you are city council material.
Right.
Yes, I am.
And that's what we need to do is tell the people why.
Let's just tell them why.
Let's just tell them why.
That's right.
Okay, we need people, we need uses, as they say.
Right.
Because we need to stop electing career politicians. We are so divided as a community. There are things, okay, Randall talked on a while ago, they don't tell us anything. That's the first thing on my list. We are uninformed about the corruption that is deteriorating our city.
That's right.
All the money, think about this, y'all. We get state money, we get federal dollars,
That's right.
they get city dollars, and in 8 years, look at your community. It is deteriorated. Now, it's okay to want to repair your infrastructure. Infrastructure is people. People live in neighborhoods, in houses, not in businesses. You go to a business, but you go home to rest. Which one do you want to be more cleaner? Which one do you want to have less shooting? Right. You want your neighborhoods back.
That's right.
East End is absolutely deplorable.
That's right.
And it used to be the prettiest, even when it compared to North Hill.
That's right.
The reason why it was the prettiest, it had flowers, blooming trees, it had clean streets, it had parks. You played basketball.
You think you're in a whole other world. Go up Grandview Avenue. You thought you was in a
whole
other
world. Yeah. And all you saw was flowers from 10th all the way out.
Right.
Now, you guys, you can go probably 7 blocks, and you go 4 blocks either way. You're going to run into at least 10 or 15 houses that's grown up. They're not cutting right away.
Right.
Ed and I, we're running into so much trash.
That's right.
Blighted.
I mean,
Lots.
it is. So come on, this is what we're asking is this.
Dilapidated houses.
I know that people who are older, I know you're tired.
That's right.
I know you're tired. But the thing about it is this. We cannot stop fighting for our children. All we see, they arresting 4 or 5 at a time. They saying that they shot up this person. They saying that this guy, they even got a guy that shot Charlie Smith. Okay, he might have did. But tell us why you say that.
Right.
We have detectives that are getting paid, but they don't tell us why they say that John did this or Bob did. They don't tell us anything, you guys. And I'm going to tell you something. Chris Reed is a fake. Look at me. He a fake. He go to this so-called, what is that, police board, and he told them that none of us tried to contact him when that young man was killed and left in that ditch. That is simply not true. It was all over the internet. When we went down there that night, did I not ask to see the chief?
Right.
Did I say, why can't y'all call the chief? That's who we want to talk to. We need for you guys to talk. They would not do it. Then he go to the meeting in line and said we didn't even contact him. I even called him the next day. He get on the community watch page. Oh, he put speed machines in their neighborhood, not one in ours. He would get on there and he talk about the horse mount. Well, the young lady that should be on, the black young lady that should be on the horse mount, he took her job because he forced her out of it. Wow. Him and Brunel. Brunel is a convicted domestic violence person.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is he is being known as the captain.
I like to say this is that Brunel was convicted, but to continue to say he's a convicted person is not fair because it was expunged. Now, it may have been illegally expunged, but it was expunged. And because my record been expunged.
But yours were done legally.
But it doesn't matter how it was done. If a
Good to me.
judge do it, it makes it a law. It makes it a law. And I got to be on the
Okay.
side of
That
law.
means
So
it's
they
not
got to
fair.
hold it.
Let me
It's
say
not
this.
fair to him. But what we got to do is we got to hold the judge accountable.
We got to hold both of them accountable.
That's right.
Yep.
Because, let me tell you why we got to hold him accountable. Because until a licensed attorney inquired about that, because he knew it was illegal.
That's true.
Now, if they send us to jail or take our jobs because of what we do is illegal, why must he could keep his job, Eddie? Because we know what he did was illegal. If they were going to look over his illegal activity and let him keep his job.
But here's what I like to say about that now. A judiciary performance complaint has not been filed against Robert Jones about that. Now, it was filed about Greg Gillen and him putting his name on the NCIC illegally. I know because I've done that. And so the first step is still you got to go through, you got to follow the law. The first step, if that's your complaint, then to file it. But we still off on a tangent again. We got to talk about our race. We ain't got 5 days later.
That I promise you.
And that's what I've had to learn a long time ago.
I promise you, that's what I'm talking about, you
guys.
guys.
I can
I
accuse
promise
you
you.
something, but if I don't go the right way to get it
Wait.
done,
That's
on
right.
paper,
I promise
I'm
you,
just
y'all.
talking.
I want y'all to understand. That is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I do not mind accountability. We want accountability.
That's right.
We have to be accountable for everything we do.
That's right.
But we are not. You are one person, Eddie.
Yeah.
Everybody do not know how to file a complaint.
Right.
But an attorney.
I am going to file it because he came out to Triple T and he came after my son this
Okay.
weekend. Not him, but my son Xavier was stopped by a police officer in his car. And I got to say this, his name is Barrett and Kroom. They were very professional. They were. Kroom's from Tuscaloosa. But the thing of it is that how is it that all of a sudden that my son, on the day my daughter was murdered, and you were right about that too. I'll explain that to you later.
Okay.
On the day my daughter was murdered, him and his baby mama got into it. And now, I wasn't here, but I don't think it was any physical violence. But whatever it was, she went and charged him with domestic violence, I guess. But either way, all this time, now we're talking about June of last year. And he done been to the police station several times inquiring about his dad, and nobody never said anything. So now all of a sudden my son get a warrant that's there that's almost a year old, and they arrest him and take him. He had to go sign for that. Now him and the baby mama getting along good. They're having very good co-parenting and all that. And see how the devil come in and mess with you. And that's this administration.
You know who the devil
messing
is.
with
That's
my family.
right.
Messing with
That's
my family.
right.
Folks, and see, the thing of it is that I'm running for Ward 2 City Council. And like Brother Jennings over here, Reverend Jennings over here, Bull Jennings, he has a plan. I have a plan for my community.
That's right.
I'm talking about growth and development. I'm not talking about cronyism and nepotism. I'm talking about growth and development, and it starts with the first domino that this man talks about.
Right.
Education got to be
That's
fixed.
right.
It's got to be fixed.
Our rubber has to meet the road.
And we're
That's
going
right.
to have to, we need your help as a community.
That's right.
Because we cannot elect people to office and then think that person can hold that seat and do it by itself. He can't do it. Because that's Dustin Markham. He tried to fight the whole board. He lost. Western Illinois. He tried to fight the whole board. One person cannot do it. It takes a community. We want anyone, and we need young people. Young people, you guys need to learn. And once you take an interest in your community and start helping to clean up your own community, then you do have people that will help you hold people accountable when they come at you wrong. That's the thing. People get very discouraged. Do you know how discouraged I would be? If everybody around me is illegal activity, I go to the left, illegal activity, and they trying to close this door, and then I'm fighting to get over here the best I can, and I'm doing everything legal, and they close that door. Do you know how discouraged our children get?
That's right.
And they talking about them like they are animals. They are not.
That's what troubled me about even the debates that we're having. They're not talking about the issues of
Exactly.
the people. They're just talking
That's
about
right.
what they're trying to do from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
And that's going to do is it'll take care of itself. But if we don't go back to putting the onus of what's happening with us, and that's our people.
right.
Because Billy Joe Jones is not dead. He just gone. We don't know where he is.
And you know what?
Yeah.
To sum it all up,
Coach Williams. I mean, I'm using analogy
Yeah,
names.
Coach
I'm just saying,
Williams.
where are these people got? They're
honey,
not dead.
we still got them now.
Yeah, I know.
Now, to sum it all up, when that thing happened as a nation at the Capitol, so everybody started saying, wait a minute, hold up. It's like since Trump left, now we are fighting for the soul of our nation.
That's right.
And they doing all kind of,
Voter suppression. That's all it
okay.
is. Using the law.
But guess what?
And we got to do that. How we fight
We
that.
fight
is
for the
put
soul of
people
this
like
city.
That's right.
us in there. We got to
That's
put
right.
more people in there
That's
like
right.
us.
That's right.
And we got people that are like us, but not us.
that's right.
Yeah.
We fighting for the soul
We-
of this city.
That's right. And we cannot let them go. See, what the GOP knows is that we're very dissatisfied with this current administration. If we were not dissatisfied with the current administration, they'll still be supporting
That's
him, and
right.
Jimmy Smith would not be running. Kim Bernard Houston would not be running. See, what they want to do is remain relevant. They're picking our leader for us. We do that. That's the reason why we vote. That's the reason why they come around. They want to pat and smile in your face and give you watermelon or whatever else, or give you a few dollars or tell you about something and make you feel good for the moment. But we got to get away from satisfying our immediate gratification and look at long-term goals
right.
for ourselves and our children and our community. Until we're able to do that, we got to discipline ourselves to serious choices. Right now we have some choices, and it's not very hard. All you got to do is look at their report card. Look at it. Don't worry about what they say. Be like a child and see
Look at
what they done
do.
did.
That's right.
What they do.
And you know,
Last Wednesday over at Mount Borden's.
Yes.
I'm going to throw this out there because I need the people to hear this.
Go ahead.
The GOP had one person there. And as soon as she heard what she wanted to hear,
He
she
was
was
gone?
gone. She was gone.
who are you talking about?
Anytime you got a Caucasian in a predominantly black neighborhood, and she waited to hear one person's speech, that's Jimmy Smith, and then she's
Oh,
gone.
so that you
Oh,
think
yeah.
that was, she was there to support him?
No, she wanted to hear what he say. She was there to
Same
support him.
thing,
Yeah.
though.
She was gone. One person spoke,
I gotta ask
and
you
she
this,
took off.
man.
And I'm not racist. I'm just saying, why would that one?
I, you know what?
Well,
you don't have
well-
to explain that. Excuse me, Eddie. You don't have to explain that you're not racist.
No.
Yeah, I'll go one at a time.
You don't have,
I know. I
Go
get
ahead.
it.
It troubles me what was said, what Jimmy said to you. It really does, and
man.
it troubles me. What it troubles me, and this is gonna be our leader. How can any of us go and talk to him? Do you know, as we age, we tend to lose patience with everybody. We had a tendency. So if we don't have patience for each other, then we need to stay in isolation.
That's it. You're exactly right. Because the older we get, the sicker we get of lies. We don't want lies. We don't want manipulation.
And you know when you hear.
I'd rather you tell me
Yeah.
the truth. If you don't like me, if you don't want to be able to tell me.
Yeah.
And then we
That
don't
seems
have
to be
to
what
tell
Jimmy
me.
Smith is doing.
Yeah, but well, then,
We don't need that for mayor, though.
okay, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to say this. At Eddie's function on this weekend, and there was people there, and the community, they really didn't know. So we needed to get the word out. But that's the kind of stuff we were raised up on, y'all.
That's right.
We saw our parents work hard. I saw my parents work hard, both of them. But I also saw them have fun.
We had a good time. then
We
with
had a
Rick.
good time.
Yeah.
And Eddie, you know, he always say he could play the guitar. Oh man! And let me tell you, I don't know. I think I need to put it on my page. But y'all need to hear this brother play the harmonica. The guitar, yeah, he good. I mean, they got a whole band that was awesome, and that's what the community needs.
They
need
enjoyed
that.
themselves. Children was there riding their bikes and
That's
things.
right,
I
that's
mean,
right.
we didn't have no security guards or anything. We police ourselves. Nobody got upset.
That's
Dice,
right.
Then we have a good time. Dice was there. Spinderella. Now that's the Dice man. That's not Spinderella, but he sure knows how to spend them.
The gift
but-
of man,
yeah.
the gifts that man has, it starts early.
That's
It
right.
does.
That's right.
And we're not even tilling the ground when it comes to that group. And that's all. That's all I heard today was everybody talking about business. Everybody talking about industry. Everybody talking about manufacturing. Everybody
That
talking
shows
about,
that they don't
You know
have
what
any
I'm saying?
inclination of
But
what
I ain't
it's
heard
going to
none of
take.
y'all talk about what's going on in the neighborhood, in the community.
Because they none of that stuff. Ain't nobody gonna come here with none of that stuff until you fix the school system and you
Exactly.
get this crime down.
Exactly.
And you know what? I saw, well, the Crips. They got a gang called Conservative Crips. And I'm like, wow. So they had a function this weekend with the Black Panther Party. Y'all should have saw it. It was awesome.
Wow.
Because these brothers, we done got these brothers and said, look at here, this is not what we do.
right.
We don't kill one another over a card game or over $20 or over a block. Come on, let me show y'all. And they wanted to do that.
So that's parenting, that's mentoring,
That's
and
right.
that's education.
That's right.
That's what we need here.
That's
isn't
right.
it? We need parenting, we need mentoring, and we need education.
We need to go back to our roots.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
We
right.
need to go back to our roots. And
We
that's
need
what
to,
we're trying
we
to
need
do.
to get that back that we lost.
Right.
That's causing,
That's right.
creating the chaos in our community. And the
That's
reason why
right.
they want the chaos is because they want us to fill up the jails, not the graveyard. They want us to fill up the jails because they profitize that. That's where the money comes
Make
in
money.
at.
Do you remember how long it's been since you first told us that chaos in the community
Yeah.
is a
When I
He
first-
told
Sure
us
did.
that 10 years
Sure
ago.
did, 10 years
I did
ago.
because I was reading Dr. King's book, and it's in his last book that he wrote, and the title of it says, "Where do we go from here? Chaos or community?" And that's all we have to understand. Make up your mind on which one we're gonna do. Are we gonna keep on with this chaotic mess? Or are we gonna fix it and try to build a community? And that's what we have to do.
And we got to go get them, y'all, because, you know, irregardless, just like my children, I thank God for, you know, what he instilled in us so I could instill in them. But let's say they took a wrong path.
That's right. Because man,
They still mine.
right.
That's right.
They still mine. And I should care just as much about yours and his as I do about mine. Because that's what way we were brought up.
Right.
You don't fuss and fight over what this child did wrong. That child needs to see us come together and say, look at here, wait a minute, you did that wrong.
I can tell you, I like to say this, is that they're not going to California's already started, some other places have too, and a lot of states have not privatized prisons. But they're going to keep our prisons private in the state of Mississippi until once we come together. We don't have to, education, those three things we just mentioned, if we fix that's mentoring, parenting, and education, if we fix that in our community and we consolidate, they'll immediately turn it back over to the state then, because our children will stop going to prison. They're not going to send theirs.
But that's what the devil don't want.
Yeah, I know.
The devil keeps on bringing in people like Percy Bland. Even with Kim. Kim, we like the mouthpiece she got. But it's not understanding
I
when I'm just
Because
saying.
it's not real, it's not true.
See that? But I'm saying, but we know that the reality of it is we got to get back to our communities.
Back to our
and we
roots.
haven't got back to our roots because we
Yeah.
keep on bringing. See, people want to play politics.
Right.
I always tell them every time I start, because Bill Smith Jr. taught me. He said, Jennings, when you get on this stump, he said, remember, you ain't no politician.
That's right.
Yeah, I enjoyed going out to 1010. They was very respectful. I can tell you it's twice that I interacted with different groups, and they were very respectful.
And you know what though? Most of the time, and there's always an exception to every rule.
That's right.
If you give respect,
You get it.
you get respect.
That's right.
And now what they're trying to do is make us think that, oh, if we get upset about something, oh, look at the rage. They mad all the time. We have got to stop allowing people to label us, and then we agree with it and get. I don't care what you think of me because I get upset because you done one of ours wrong. I
right.
don't care what you think of me. When I look at our neighborhood, I am still paying high taxes and getting nothing for it, and I don't like it. And I try to get my people to come together so we can get you. I don't care if you're upset. The devil's supposed to be upset with us.
He's going to.
If he is not
He's going to.
upset with us, we are not doing our job.
That's right.
That's just the truth.
I can say this is that you got to stop letting other people make a decision
That's
for
right.
you,
That's
and you
right.
got to stop not caring. You got to stop. We ran across a couple of people that didn't vote. I'm not gonna vote. I just don't care. I got a little girl I got to worry about. Now the person that said that, I know him, and he's suffering from issues, and he's disabled, so I can understand him not making better choices or saying something different. But I can't understand that a person that's not mentally retarded or have some kind of mental issues not voting and can see what's going on in your community. I shouldn't have to tell you anything, because you can go out your door, you can see the crime, you can see the violence, you can see the dilapidated houses, you can see the blighted neighborhood, you can see all of that. You can see this actually is this is a dying city.
It is.
It is a dying city
is.
because there's the people that are the tax base, they're using and they're not using all the people, they're only using just the majority of people. Here we are in a majority situation. Person, he love to throw them numbers at 65 cents. That's a lie. It's way more than 65%. I say it's closer to 70 to 80% in the city.
what?
Black
Population?
population.
No,
the
we talk about
demographic.
72%.
That's what I say, 70 to 75%
Right.
black. And but the thing of it is that 75% is carrying
the buck or the
of the
money.
taxes. We're the ones.
Buck
It's
of the money.
us. It's like you're paying it, but how about
Ain't getting
how about
nothing for
Triple T? How about my son Xavier? They're gonna charge them a high fine. They're gonna send them to jail. They're gonna use them to make money out them. They get so much money from city court and going into the general fund, folks. But listen to me, file an appeal. You got to file an appeal. We can put a stop to all this. We got to start
File an
doing things.
appeal how?
Anytime city court is just what it is. It just, once you file an appeal, it vacates everything he just
But
did.
don't you have to put it in writing?
No, when you file an appeal, you have to put up an appeal bond, which is about $100. Like I don't know what Pam Chapman bail bonding company is, but she charged $150 per charge. So you pay $150 per charge, and then you pay the court costs, the filing fee, which is about another $162. And then of course you hire Attorney Denson. I don't know what he'll
How many
charge.
black people you know got that kind of money in it?
How many black people you know got the kind of money to pay $1,000 fine in city
And
court?
that's the reason why they all in trouble.
No, you don't understand.
What?
We
I wanna know how to do
somebody
this.
like Pam Chapman will work with you.
Okay.
Will work with you.
Well, tell 'em,
Somebody
tell 'em.
like Eddie Hope would
Tell
draw
'em.
up the
Tell
appeal
'em.
for you. You
Tell 'em.
understand what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying,
So that's
information.
where the community come in together.
Yes.
Let's come in. We can minimize the
Yes.
cost. When you got the money, you go to Joseph Denson. But when you don't have the money, you come to Eddie
Come to
Hope.
the community.
Come to the community. Let
That's right.
us do this.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then how about if if the population in Meridian is say 40,000, we rounding up, and then that mean about what we, and I'm gonna use my numbers too, but don't you say that 30,000 of us is black. At least 10% of that, that's 3,000. If 3,000 of us gave $1 a piece, that's
That's right.
$3,000.
And you
Look
know
how many
what?
look how many petitions we can file with
Hey,
that.
That's right.
but guess what? What we trying to do is pull everybody together
That's
to get
right.
that $1 piece.
That's right. That's
but
right.
the way it's spread it out now, they
And
are
we got the
keeping us. And you know
GoFundMe page. We can do that.
That's
We can-
right.
Let's do that.
We
Let's
can do
use
that.
our
But you-
resources
but you
to
give
help
him
each other out.
avenues.
Yeah, I'm
We're
giving them an avenue.
That's
Hey,
right.
you don't
And
have
most
to
of our
accept.
people
That's
had
right.
never realized we got other
Yeah.
avenues
That's right.
to combat the
They,
system.
Well,
they think that
because-
once the judge say something, then that's
That's
it.
the gospel.
But
Yeah.
that's not it. You don't even have to go. Man, they locked Tony up.
Yeah.
Your paperwork ain't right. Robbie, you were good at that. Robbie, you better leave my family alone. Robbie, you know I put a judicial point for. They ain't even answering on the other one yet. They say you don't supposed to talk about it. What you gonna do about it? You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah,
Come mess with me again.
Talking about it gets you. Do you remember?
No,
you see
I'm
what
just-
they tried to do to
Yeah,
Rita, right?
Listen, Robbie, somebody should put a judiciary performance plan
That's right.
against you about Brunel.
That's right.
Because if they investigate that, you ain't going to be able to fake up the paperwork and everything. But I got to say this, is that I'm running my campaign right now.
That's right.
I'm running my
We ain't
campaign.
got time for
I
that.
ain't got time for that.
That's right. We trying to bring people
And
together to help
you
this
just
city.
pointed out something that's very important for our people to understand. We are 70 to 72, 73, 74% black
That's
population.
right. That's what I say.
You are the only black media we got, Mr.
I
Mr.
know
Hope.
it.
That's
I know
right.
it.
You are
That's
the
right.
only black media.
Yeah.
This city has
but check
become.
this out. That don't have to be.
No.
You know why? People with Facebook pages, they can make that out to be a media.
See that?
But let's
Each
stop
one
right there
teach
for a minute.
one.
Yeah, each one teach one, but Facebook control that.
That's right.
That's
Facebook
okay.
don't control this. No,
That's
no,
right.
yeah, no, it's not
I
okay.
know, I know.
Because Lolo have a lot of good things, and I've watched them freeze her up
That's
while
right.
she's talking. So
Uh-huh.
we cannot use their media to
That's
promote our agenda. We just cannot do
It-
that.
it
We got to
won't
have
work.
our own. It's
We
not
have
going
to.
to work.
I wasn't talking about the agenda people. I was
Yeah.
talking about bringing
You
us
said
together.
Right. You said avenues.
You-
I
Yeah,
would
okay,
because
cut
yeah.
no, we
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want everything, every move we're gonna make. No, we don't want that on Facebook.
No.
We just want to say, Eddie Holt having an event on Saturday. Everybody come. If I share that to my page, you share that to your
Yeah,
page. He
that's
share,
right.
Then they don't know what we doing when we come together.
Rhonda, tell the
right.
peoples about, like, are you doing a lot of walking now? Or?
Well, I'm beginning the walking process. I done
You
a lot
kinda
of
like-
internet. I
yeah.
did a lot of internet the first month.
Yeah.
Now
First
you
month
got to
I
get
had.
out and
Now I'm going
put
to
some
knock on some
signs
doors
out.
and I'm going to put some signs out.
I wonder why Mr. Holt telling him that.
and I'm not ashamed to put the signs out, but I learned from him a long time ago. Signs don't vote.
Signs
They
don't
don't.
vote. That's
They
right.
don't.
Because
And so-
who's that guy in North Carolina did not canvass, did not do anything, didn't spend any money, and shocked him. His last name was Green, and he won.
And that's what we have to understand. Is
We
that
want something
we've
different.
We've gone to a media outlet.
Here's what
Whether it be
Percy
technological.
Here's what I think Percy's been on. That is so many people running that he'll slide in there, that he'll get more votes than everybody else,
Right.
and he'll get the Democratic primary.
Right.
So that's the reason why he said that he'll support the Democratic candidate. And he wanted to make sure that everybody that was running would support a Democratic candidate, which would suggest as him. But here what you got to understand, the Percy Bland, that the Democratic principles and the Constitution of the Democratic party does not compel us. If we can, in other words, we can support an independent, because the independent is not affiliated with any party, and because it's an independent, meaning that we don't have to pledge to support you if you happen to, by some slim chance, and we don't believe that we're in the Democratic primary, we don't have to support you. We can support Western Linderman.
And in other words, Mr. Bland, what Mr. Holt is saying, if you so happen to win the primary, we're not going to support you. Not that we don't have to.
That's right.
Because I'm going to tell you right now,
That's right.
I'm sorry. I am so heartbroken by what you have done to our neighborhood.
So am I.
Or what you have not done. I am so disappointed at the corruption that you have embedded in our community. There is absolutely, positively no way that you should have the support of not one community in this city, except for the downtown businesses. They should be the only ones to support you, and the reason is they the only one that got our tax dollars, except for the people that you gave our money to in them raises and making more money than they were supposed to, that illegally. That's where our money went.
And every time he run for office, he got somebody out there doing some kind of COINTELPRO.
That's right. That's
and
right.
at this time, it's that fake page is always attacking Lolo and everybody else attacking you, saying things. And it's been said that it's LaToya Brown that has that fake page. And I was also told that one of the individuals that's sending her information and giving her information, besides Percy Bland, is Richard McAllister. You know, I don't know whether that is true or not. But
You
that's
know
what
where
I
he
was
work at,
told.
don't you?
Yeah, he working for Bland
Bill Reed.
campaign.
No, he also working for Bill
Yeah,
Reed's
he worked
office.
for. I don't understand that at all.
I don't
because he's not a
understand it either.
paralegal. I think what that does is that's just his office, and that was that would suggest to me that Bill Reed Jr. is somehow connected to the Bland campaign.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
because y'all remember Percy totally disrespected Bill Reed Jr.'s father.
But his father's not here now, and for them, it's always about money.
Exactly. So he was mad with Percy. There was no way that when his father was living, when he go to the meeting trying to represent somebody, the look in his eyes said he hated Percy. But in order for Richie McAllister, because Percy was forced to fire Richie, he was forced. So in order for Richie to be working for Bill Reed and still be friends with Percy, Bill Reed getting something out the game.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of like saying, well, Rick Barry and John Compton is still in control of the housing authority and the school board.
Yeah, that's right.
And
they are.
Eddie explained that. He explained that to the T on that radio station. 'Cause he said how long that he said the school board attorney is a 1-year term, and he been there about 30 years.
Exactly. Go all the way back to his grandfather.
And Eddie was trying to say
Witherspoon.
Yes, Witherspoon, right.
Yeah.
And he was trying to.
And we got to stop that. That's what hurt us. And while I think, and they're doing that, and we just really got to stop that.
We
and
do.
I'm told that that this is Solid. Sheriff Solid, this is his last time running, that he's going to retire. That's what I was told, folks. And I was told that Ward Calhoun was the what they call it, heir apparent.
Next
Yeah,
in
next in line.
But the thing about it is, if that's the case, and we allow that to happen,
No.
then
I heard that somebody else was going to run too. I heard that Ricky Roberts was going to run. He was going to give up his
because
judge
I'm
role.
going to tell you this.
And I'm going to run for judge. No, I just kidding.
If we get Calhoun, then we still got Solid.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly.
I mean,
But
y'all
until-
think the city corruption, the county corruption is just like this. It's just like a fish. The only difference is they smarter, they slicker, they got more money, and we don't know what the deal going on.
Here-
Because to be quite honest,
We can control that.
We
Because
can.
and how we can control that, folks, is that we got to get it. Under James Lee, Solid did not mess with this. His sheriff deputies did not harass the
Sure
citizens
did.
inside the city
Sure
limits.
did.
We need that kind of chief of police.
We do.
need that kind of administration. So
We do.
what's going on? I want to clean up my house, and then I ain't worried about the county, but we can fix that.
that's right.
We can fix that.
And you know
We can
what?
fix that. We can reseed the Democratic Party.
That's right.
If not, I'm talking about because everybody's getting old and everybody's dying, everybody's complacent, and everybody's just falling in just to be in. What we got to do is we got to get our young people involved, and we need to start that now. Percy,
And
I'm the one who wrote that plan on how to reseed the Democratic Party and turn Lauderdale County from a red county to blue county. Percy, I have that plan in my head. I'm going to implement it.
And you know,
How about we take a break and then we come back? Randall, anything you want to say before we go to break?
I just want everybody to know that we're going to make a change on April the 6th.
And why don't you come back Thursday? Because we got
no
some. We
problem.
don't want to do everything at one time.
Look, I ain't got no problem coming back on 30. Anytime you invite me on your show, I'll do the best I can.
I'm gonna stab you for not coming Tuesday.
Don't
No, I'm
stab
just kidding. I'm gonna let Tony do it.
No, tell Tony don't stab me, man.
No, she don't mind, boy. I had to duck her 2 or 3 times this weekend. Marie,
I ain't going there. Hey, look here, we going to break down.
Hey, we finna go to break.
I'm not going there. I'm
Boy,
not going
Tony
there.
ain't no joke, boy. Tony told Marie, don't be looking at. Nah, we ain't gonna talk about that. Marie is a very good. I mean, Marie really got my back, and she's really doing a lot. And I tell you, I believe we're gonna do this
I
thing,
want my
but we
community
need your
back.
help. Yeah, we want our community back.
It's
We're
time
gonna
for
go.
change.
We're gonna go to break and everything, and folks, Dice Man, take us a break.
Please.
Welcome back to Reaching Out with Eddie. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going to do this again Thursday. I want you guys, it's too late for you to register to vote, but we will be registering you to vote so that you can vote in the general election on the 8th. Because what we want to do is we want to turn things around in this city. We want things to be better. Remember, Thursday when we come here, we're going to play a couple of songs, and we're going to play the podcast on 1010. We're going to play that in its entirety so that you can see it here. Everything. So again, I want to, even if you're not in Ward 2 or not from Meridian, you may know somebody. Encourage them to go and vote, and encourage them to vote in the Democratic primary. I am a staunch supporter of Randall Jennings in this primary. I want Randall Jennings to win this thing. And I want you guys to just look at him and listen at the thing and go to the debate and listen at what he has to say. Listen at and come Saturday, and we're gonna record some of it so that we can play it also, so that you can watch when he speak what he has to say. Listen at what the people have to say. When they talking about buildings that they done brought here, they ain't brought a change in your quality of life. They haven't brought safe neighborhoods. Crime is still here. There's still nothing for us to do. So they're not talking about anything. So let's talk about real change, and the only way we can do that is we got to give other people a chance at leadership.
Exactly. We want you to understand this. You are the whole heart of the city. People are the heart of the city. It don't necessarily have to do with black and white. But when issues come up with black people, we want to address them, but we want to address them fairly, legally, and correct. We don't want to be treated one way and another group of people treated another.
That's
It
right.
is nothing wrong with calling out wrong. If you don't call out wrong, I have worked with so many people. I've worked on jobs. I've never worked on a job where only black people work. I have people, I've never not gotten along with Caucasian people. But the reason why, do you all realize, this is what we want you to realize. When children have a learned behavior, and if that learned behavior is you don't make them obey you, when they're hard-headed and you look over it, when you have to tell them something 5 times and they look over it, and then when they grow up to be a teenager and they don't live by the rule, that's because you taught them that, and they're not going to want to change just because you said change. It's the same way. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. It's the same way with Caucasian people. They've had everything for so long, and now they're mad because there are certain people saying, we're not trying to take anything from you, but we will not allow you to take any more from us either. We don't have no room to lose anything else. I am so disappointed at East End. Now, the reason why I keep saying East End, because that's where I live, and that's where Eddie and I been canvassing, but I also rode over on the west side. It's equally as bad, except for it don't have as many people who live on the west side.
Right.
East End is full of people.
Right.
Full of people. But it is so, it's bad.
And I'll tell you something else too, is that our canvas today is our campaign on the old highway. Ward 2 does go on the old highway. And so I haven't passed by Sweet Gum Bottom Road since they closed it up. And that really broke my heart. It broke my heart to look at it. There's nothing there. It seemed like all they wanted to do was just close that road. And so again, and what I think then, when you do something and it doesn't benefit the people, the only thing it did was benefit someone's pocket. So somebody made money off that. But that's one of the things that I would really push for, Maria, is opening that road back up.
You know what? That was a city, a state, and a county venture. We had no one to tell us nothing. We didn't know what. We have a supervisor, Kyle Rutledge. He told us nothing. He does nothing for us, period. Then we had a city council person. They told us nothing. Now, the mayor, I still have a letter. The mayor gave us a letter promising what he was going to do. Do you know that was over 2 years ago?
And it's not going to happen.
It's
but
not gonna happen.
One thing that I can say, and that's we can hold Kyle Rutledge accountable. Let's start. We can. What we got to do is we got to reseed the Democratic Party with people that's going to vote. And because they know that we don't vote, they'll treat us with deliberate indifference, as if we're nothing. It's like we're the dogs up under the table that they're throwing the scraps of meat to. And I'm not a dog under no one's table. I'm the same person that's sitting at the table with you, and I don't want you to treat me special. I just want you to. Hey, look, you gotta be fair to me.
Come on.
You got to be fair to me. How you doing, Richard?
Pretty good.
What is it that you got over? I see you taking notes.
Oh, no, I was just.
Richard, you was there, Sarah. Did you have a good time, Richard?
I really did.
Were you surprised to see me blow the harmonica?
A little bit.
I was. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to do all that again, Richard. What is it you got to say to the people today?
Well, I would like to say is, a lot of time when you hear people, especially here, make certain suggestions, it's trying to get your mind to be open up. Our mind has been dull for so long because we allow ourselves not to learn. When you start listening to people who are wise and know what they're talking about, those are the people that are concerned about you and your people and your family. When you listen to people that are not talking about what you need to know, they're not concerned about you. When a person tells you all kinds of things that don't come to you and your family, the things that they need, they're not concerned about you. They're concerned about how much can I get out the deal.
Right.
You heard long-term goals. Those are keys. If you don't have long-term goals, you're not focusing long enough to get what you need.
That's right. And we got to have long-term goals. And you got to learn to discipline. You got to discipline yourself to do what's right for this community. And these people have lied to us so much, Marie, that lying comes easy to them, and it does not matter. I don't even see how they can sleep at night. They can't believe in the God that you and I believe in. They can't believe in accountability. They can't believe in Allah or karma or any of those things, because they just, the only thing they seem that they believe in is the dollar bill.
The dollar bill. And the thing about it, what is really hard to comprehend for me
Right.
is the fact that when they do lie to you and you prove that they have lied to you, oh, you the one in the wrong.
Right.
You don't point out my lies. But what I really want our people, and when I say our people, that's anybody who want to do right. We want you to know that we want to fix this because we love you.
Right.
We don't fight because we wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to find me a battle to fight today.
Right.
We want to live and be free, but we cannot sit back. Love covers a multitude of sin. It does not matter what somebody did last year, 5 years ago. My mom, my grandmama always told us, it's a strange wind. Won't change direction it blows. So everybody change. As you get older, you get wiser. We can't keep doing the same thing because we're going to get the same result. Now, we put people in office. We give them a chance. You look at Eddie, you look at Randall, both of these men been fighting for this community for years.
Yeah.
Oh, but because they're not career politicians, because they're not polished and lying in their pocket, this man go to court and help fight for other people's children. Randall fought for other people's children. That's what I do best, is try to help people fight their battle. Because to be quite honest, I've worked my term. I can do like a lot of people. Go home, sit down, do right. But that's not me. It's not me. I really want to see our people come together in the name of love, have a good time, and show our children that we can mentor them.
Yeah.
We can show them how to get where they trying to go without hurting or killing each other.
And right now, we're lost.
Yes.
I said we're lost, and we don't have no tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. We don't have a voice. I would be that voice for you. Right here, I'm the voice for you. I speak those things that you need to know about. Imagine if I was a representative and I would have teeth in, meaning that I have grippers in my hand. I'll be able to grip. I'll be able to read the law, dissect the law, and change things for you. I'll be able to make sure that things are fair in this community, that our children are being educated. We need to revamp our school board. The school board needs to be revamped. John Compton needs to retire. I know he got enough money. He don't make millions of dollars off the school system. So, and all these people that have these departments, what's his name? Ron Turner done sent his son to college. So that's, or either he's in college, but either way, it's time for him to go back to Memphis. What we need to do is we need to take and put qualified people in these positions that's going to change things, the dynamics in this city. The dynamics in this city. It cannot be okay with you because you living out there up under the shade tree and all your stuff is paid for and you're afraid to come to town or you going somewhere else. Hey, let's get everything okay for everybody. But right now we're going to read those comments. And Marie, you coming back Thursday?
Yes.
And
If the Lord say the same.
Richard is always here and everything. But Dice, read those comments to us and then we're going to take it out.
Okay. see here. We got Jim Myrick says checking in and sharing your podcast.
Hey, Jim. Thank you.
Jim Myrick also says, in my opinion, the persecutor is backed by the old money business people
True.
who don't want industry with better paying jobs to locate in Meridian,
True.
East Mississippi, and West Alabama.
So true. So true.
Jim Myrick also says, in my opinion, Jimmy Smith is Percy Bland Part 2.
Except for the corruption.
Except
I
for the
don't think
correct.
he- yeah.
And that's one thing I gotta say. This is I do not believe
No.
Jimmy Smith
No.
would allow for trumped up charges
No.
to be put on anyone.
No.
I just
And I don't think he'll steal that kind of money.
he wouldn't steal it all. Jimmy Smith just not gonna steal. I'm just gotta say that, and I just believe that with all my heart.
He got much more character.
Yeah.
Okay. Annie Gordon says, Gray, would you address the shooting of Danny Dawson?
I gotta say this, that I think it was a gang initiation. I don't know for sure, but they have gang members, I'm told, that ride around at night and they see people, and what they would do is they would shoot them, and then that would get rank or they'd get initiated into a gang. And so it's not safe in Meridian. They're not gonna talk about that. But Danny Dawson doesn't bother anyone. He doesn't use drugs. I mean, he's the most humble person that I've ever seen, and I've known him all of his life. He grew up with my sister Joanne, Ricky, and Rhonda, and it's unfortunate what happened to him or anybody. And I hope he get better, and I hope he's be okay. It was rumored that he was dead, but that hadn't been confirmed. And for what Lolo said, that he's not dead, but they're still trying to save his life. And I think he lost his spleen already, so it's a lot going on with him. But that was something really bad. If you could take an innocent, he's an innocent. He's an innocent. If you can take an innocent like that and you can just shoot them that many times as if they're nothing, then this community is in dire strait, and we definitely need change.
And what I would like to say to that is, we need to know what happened with him.
That's right.
It's so sad. I really just cannot imagine talking about it for a long period of time. But I will say this. The story that they're telling us is that Danny walked up to a car thinking that the guy in the car sold drugs. And so he asked the guy about drugs. The guy didn't have any. And so, either way around, the guy shot Danny 8 times because of it.
I
Well,
just don't-
anybody
yeah.
who know Danny know this.
No.
He is not known to trying to buy no drugs or
At
sell
all.
no drugs. He don't do none of that.
Yeah.
That dude have walked this street for, I know, over 20 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then even police officer Carl Merchant, he got on there and said, wait a minute. I've known this dude, and I have never known him to be involved in nothing like that.
Never.
So we need whichever department that arrested the guy and say that he did that for that. Tell us why you say that, because that's not putting the right thing on Danny either.
And here's what I like to say about that.
That's
when
wrong.
when a person is arrested, not all the time they're gonna tell law enforcement
That's right.
the truth. They're gonna try to make themselves appear in a good light. But they need to investigate that. There's no way that I believe that. I grew up with him. I remember when he was a baby. I know his whole family. There's no way that I would believe that. And I like to say this to his mom and his siblings. Hope he be okay. You know, hope he do. He's like a little brother. He's like a family member. They all are. You know.
Yeah,
So-
definitely not in his character.
It's
man.
not,
That was
it's
a
not.
that was
And
a
then
coward
Saturday-
move for whoever did
Saturday,
that.
if we get that community together, because he is an East End kid, we need to rally around that family. That's what we need to do. We need to start taking care of each other.
Right.
So we need to take up some money for that and take it and take it for that family.
Right. And I like to say this is that, folks, we can really take care of this, or we change this administration.
That's
out.
right.
We got to change
That's
it
right.
out. If we want real change, then we got to put different people in office.
I'm telling you.
Dice.
Okay. All right. Bubba One says, "Good evening, all. Meridian is going to be happy with bringing in the $7.25 an hour burger and hotel jobs."
Meridian is not happy with that, and that's not real jobs. And I understand that's sarcasm, and that's what's wrong. $7.25 is not a livable wage.
That's what
and
he's saying.
Yeah, and even $15 an hour, it would be better, but that's still not a livable wage.
It really not. You can't live
When you
like
look
the
at how-
people who
yeah.
you paying.
That's right.
That's right. It's not fair.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do, and I think that's what he's saying is the fact that these people around here who's making money off of the poor,
Yeah.
especially when Percy, I know that when Blaine got in office, the fines that was down to the city jail,
Oh, everything went up.
it went up. I mean, way
Water
up.
bill went up, everything.
But yet and still, that department could not account for that money. So they, you know,
The $2 million.
it was more than that.
Yeah.
It was more than that. But we know it was $2 million.
Yeah. Dice.
Okay. Angela Amerson says, no signs, don't vote, but you need to put them out there so people can see who you are.
Gay girl, what's up? I saw Gay and Jake there, but they had a good time. I always love when I see family. You know, anybody that grew up with us is like family to us, especially her family and my family, and we've known each other a long time. Hey, y'all spread the word about Saturday. We're going to have a good time.
We are. And you know, people look at people for different reasons, but Gay is a person that what you see
What you
is
get?
what you get. If it come up,
Hey, Jake the same way
and then
too.
I try to be the same way too.
Jake got a one-hitter quitter. You didn't know that, did you?
But that's what we need.
Yeah.
It's honesty.
Yeah.
It's honesty. And that's what we need. I feel like I want to tell East End, the people that we've seen for the last 2 or 3 days and this weekend, thank you
Yeah.
for the reception that we have received.
Yeah, I want to say thank you also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Jim Marek says, Richard McAllister is a private investigator for Bill Reedy Jr.
That might be true.
It might be.
Also, that's out of his field of study also, but he's very good at that kind
They
of
trying
stuff.
to make sure he taken care of.
Yeah, that's right.
So he'll shut up because he know too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy G-Ma says, do y'all think Danny Dawson was shot for fun? Okay, you kind of
Yeah, I kind of addressed that. No, I don't think so. Because
I don't
he's been
either.
around too long. Too long. I think the person shot him did not know he was shooting Danny Dawson. I think they just a random person shooting somebody. Probably may have been gang initiation. I don't know, but I'm told that they go around and do that. I was told that by a reliable source.
I just want to say also, we need information. We need to make sure that they arrested the right person for shooting him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there is no trust in no law enforcement agency. We have. I know we got good cops.
Yeah.
Oh, I know we do. But we have to, the ones that they are putting in position, they not right.
Yeah.
They're not right.
Because I gotta say this is that, Maria, I don't think that anyone should be arrested for anything if they don't have evidence that that person did
I don't
that.
either.
I just don't think so.
And-
And I don't
and-
think that anybody should be arresting anyone because they don't like them.
And they shouldn't be arresting anyone
Because
and saying,
they're running for office.
and then say, oh, you are guilty until you prove yourself
Yeah.
innocent. I should not have to prove myself innocent, and we have got to stop doing that. We have got to challenge them, but we got to help each other do that, because if I'm in a fight, we all should be in a fight.
Right.
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Michelle Allen says Bill Hoover is a fake page under this thread. Yeah, you're right. I already got
Bill
that
who?
taken care of.
Bill Hoover.
It's
Oh, yeah.
the same person. They
Yeah.
keep changing names.
I wish you'd stop that, whoever you are.
Well, hey, that's okay. Dice got it.
Yeah, Dice got it. Dice man. Kudos to the Dice man.
That's right. Yeah. That's,
What up, Two Boy? Y'all should have seen Two Bet up there. You know, he had that
oh
leg,
man,
boy.
he was on there.
Two Bet, what?
Two Bet was
Two
on
Bet
there.
got up and did what Johnny B. Good on that leg, didn't he?
I wanted y'all to go further with that.
Somebody, Two Belt came up, Miss Two Belt came up and gave me $20 for how I played that guitar.
Oh, man.
Boy, that was a good.
She did.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. What's her name? She did Peggy Scott Adams.
Joanne, my sister.
Oh, y'all, let me tell you something now. She did Betty Wright too, but I still got both of them CDs. But that girl sung Peggy Scott Adams as if she did it as good as Peggy Scott Adams. I love that song.
That's right. Glad you did. You get to hear it again. Y'all come and check us out Saturday. Have a good time.
Bring
know.
your family.
Bring your family. Bring anybody. You know, we gonna have a good
Everybody
time.
stop by the store and get some chips and some drinks and some water.
Bring your
Come on.
wine cooler, bring whatever. We
Whatever
don't
you
care.
wanna
Have
do.
a good time. Bring your trucks and park them on the streets
That's
anywhere
right.
you want to, because the street is ours from 12 o'clock that day for 8 hours. The street is ours. Okay, Dice.
Okay. Let me see. V's Catering LLC says, hello, family.
What's up, V?
V. V didn't show up.
Ed finna get on you, V.
V, if you don't bring me a plate, I don't care. You better send it. V, you better bring me a plate. I want to taste that food.
Well, you better not bring you no plate. Not bring me no plate, V.
Y'all to come up and set up and say it. She really should.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah,
should.
you do real good.
I sure hope that.
Oh yeah, I want to thank my nephew too, Booming City Records. You know, his name is Ryan Payne. My nephew, he got my back. He been doing things. I want to say I appreciate you. He gave the children food.
So he did that food. You know, when the children were
the
going
hot
to that
dogs,
food,
yeah, he gave them hot dogs.
Kudos,
hamburgers.
brother.
Yeah,
Kudos.
Gave them drinks and everything.
That's what you. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Thank
got
you
in
for-
on the
Oh,
fun.
well,
It was
look.
good.
I sure. Hey, me and Two Bell ate them burgers. My sister Doris, I mean, she can cook, but she cooked those
She sung
burgers.
too.
I did not. Yeah, she did. She sung too, and she did good. And
She
then
did gospel.
Lorraine, yeah, they did gospel.
Lorraine, I asked Lorraine to sing that song.
How
Lord,
about
you been
my
so good to me.
Yeah, oh, she sung that.
Because she used to sing it all the time at Great Outreach.
And I think the guitar player named Ralph. He's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
rapping
the
boy,
man.
rapping boy at Great Outreach.
Ralph, I told you I got a guitar here for you.
Yeah, he
I ain't
good.
gonna charge you for 2 times more than I paid for it because it's an antique, it's brand new. But here, Two Bell said, bro, don't do that.
He got to be one of the best rhythm guitar players
He
around.
is.
He is.
And he pick up so good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good.
Yeah.
And I look at his chords. His chords are full chords. I mean, pure.
Yes. Yeah, he good now.
I ain't studying no man. You know, I have a lot of respect for him, what he's able to do. I don't hate on anybody that's good. I like to recognize talent.
They play a lot of stuff
Yeah.
around Christmas
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah.
They book a lot of gigs.
Dice.
All right. Let's see here. Jim Myrick. Jim Myrick says, where is the event going to be this Saturday and time?
I sure would like to see you guys there, especially some of you that talk to and I don't know what you look like. I'd like for you to come up and introduce yourself so I can say that I saw you. But it's going to be on 9th Avenue in Meridian, Mississippi between 16th and 17th Street.
Really, 16 to 18, because you have 2 blocks.
That's right. Yeah, it's 2 blocks. Where the Old Folks Project, the Masonic Lodge is in the East End, it goes all the way to the Mount Hermon Baptist Church on 9th Avenue.
And if it flood over, so be it. We'll just move the cones another block. What they gonna do?
Yeah.
And last but not least, Shonda Moore says 804 who? Not sure what that's referring to.
Shonda was there, and I want to thank her for being there. Shonda came in from out of town, so thank you. Shonda Moore, I think that's my niece. It is.
And y'all know what?
It is. That's my
It is
niece.
okay
Hey,
because
niece,
Eddie
yeah.
getting to be a young man, but I tell you what, when you got as many family members as he do, you might lose track every now and then.
Yeah, and I'm going to on election day. This is for my granddaughter V. I need your help, and I need you and your friends or whoever to come out on election day to help me with what they call it, poll watching. And Tracy, if you have any
And we
time,
might
I'd
need
like for you to
somebody
do
to
that.
take some people to the poll. We don't never
Well,
know.
I got Marshall McKee. Marshall McKee gonna be helping me with that. So, but anybody, we're gonna have vehicles and things like that. So, anybody want to volunteer? Dice, put the number up. You can send me an email at reachingoutwithEddie@yahoo.com, or either you can call me at the number that Dice putting up on the screen. But we definitely need help on that day. But then you can also meet with us Saturday, and I'll sign you up at that particular time, and we'll make sure you get plenty of food and plenty of drink when you volunteer. Understand, this is pro bono.
That's right. That's
But
right.
anyway, Lawson, anything you want to say to the people before we close out?
I would like to say that anytime you get people that are concerned about others, you will hear them speak about the things that's going on, and they tell you how to correct it, and this is the things that we need for ourselves. We have good people to try to help us to change our ways and change our thinking, and they're concerned about our people.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Marie?
I just want to tell the people that I love you, and we need to love each other.
Yeah.
I want to thank the ladies in East End that I left my numbers on your door. On 3 houses I did, and they've already called me. I thank you, ladies. You know who you are. And I want to say one thing about what Eddie said. He said that Von Turner had already sent his son to college, or he in college, but whatever. And kudos. because we want Ron Turner's family to do good too.
That's right, we
but
do.
ask yourself this: what did he do to assure that you were able to send your children to college?
That's right.
We don't want just Ron Turner's children to do good.
want
We don't
ours,
want just Percy Bland's children to do good. We want all of our children to be able to at least afford a living. And that's the reason why all of this crime is happening. Even with me, if I had my children and I didn't have no job, and even if I did have a job and I couldn't pay my bills, because you can work 2 jobs and not be able to afford decent food. Do you think I'm gonna let my children go hungry, or do you think I'm gonna go and try to steal a loaf of bread?
It's not natural.
It's not natural. Self-preservation gonna kick in. Y'all love yourselves.
That's right. I want to thank you, Marie. I want to thank you, and I want to thank Brenda Jenny, and I want to thank you out there, especially those people that you've seen me. If you see one of my flyers, that means that I have been to your door.
That's right.
If it wasn't me, then that means that I was standing there while my daughter or my son or Marie did it. We have been there, so I am coming into your neighborhood in Ward 2, and if you want to talk to me, it's easy. I'm here. I'm friendly. I want to thank you guys for listening in, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Remember, we're going to play some music. Y'all get a chance to see me. And again, too, Bell gonna be here this weekend. Marie, you gonna be cooking this weekend too, aren't you?
Well,
Y'all gonna
somebody be cooking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help furnish
Hey,
the
we've
food.
invited some people that's gonna be there selling the children snowball. And one of the things, so we like to do things for the children. So I want the children to come, and you don't got to worry about money. We gonna make sure you get a snowball.
And we invited G Fikes. That's the snowball lady.
Yeah.
G Fikes.
Yeah. Well, Dice Man, take us home, and thank you out there too, Bell.
Look out, Sweet Gum.
Thank you, Dolores, for watching.
Now, one day we going to Sweet Gum.